Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to CWK Live every Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Dan Z, or Dan Zaire. Thrilled to be talking Star Wars with each and every one of you. It's great to be with all of you, and hey, look, I know a lot of you have the shirt. I got mine the other day, finally, so I'm excited to be sporting the brand new logo. These shirts are very, very comfortable from TeePublic, so be sure to go to coffeewithkenobi.com/shop to purchase your Coffee with Kenobi brand new logo t-shirt sported celebration or on May the 4th. This is the week of Star Wars, the week of Star Wars Day. I've been telling all my students, this week is a major holiday, right? And I get a couple reactions. First, some kids who know kind of how my brain works kind of smile. Other kids look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about. And then when I do tell them, it's more of the same, really kind of a thing. Let's bring in all of our friends. It's great to see all of you. Minta is here. This is the way. It's CWK Day. Hello, Minta. Blake, hello. Blake, what's up, man? Good to see you. Mary says, happy Monday, everyone. It's Star Wars month. Yes, it is. So that's very exciting. Ross says, don't get behind Tom at the photo booths. Happy Monday. So that is a bit of a joke from CWK Pour Over. Very good. Jason, hello there. Excited to talk about tonight's episode. It really heightens the sense of urgency and struggle in the Rebels' fight against the Empire on Lothal. Yes, it absolutely does. Greg is here as well. Good evening to you, Greg. I'm hearing, by the way, that some people are already getting their celebration badges. I know mine were mailed today, so we're going to be able to see them. Makes it very real, doesn't it? Brian is here. Brian, it's CWK Monday. It's the law. That's right. Good to see you, Brian. Hello, Liberty. Nice to have you back on the show. Mary's still waiting for her shirt. I ordered the shirt, a couple shirts, and I ordered some stickers, and I still haven't gotten my stickers yet, so I don't know what the deal is. Oh, Mean says, yes, this is the May. Oh, that's good. That's good. Bravo. Well, you know what? Real applause here. Nice job. This is the May. All right, everybody. Greg says, I saw the shipping notification of the badges earlier. It's getting close, isn't it? So fun. Speaking of getting closer, let's go ahead and take a look at what is brewing in the world of Star Wars this week. Jamie is with us too. Hello, Jamie. I'm not going to change that video. It's got the classic logo, so I'm going to keep that. I like this one, but I'm going to keep that one. All right. So what's brewing in Star Wars this week? I got a lot of stuff to show you. A lot of things that I've received for Star Wars Day. Of course, today you're going to have your top 5 moments from Star Wars Rebels Empire Day. A ton of May the 4th merchandise to talk about. And naturally, your comments and questions. So, what is brewing in the world of Star Wars this week? So I got quite a few things. A lot of you may have noticed that Lego was kind of to send me the massive Luke Skywalker land speeder. Mason and I were working on that over the weekend. We also had a lot of baseball games. We also went to St. Louis for a baseball game, so we've been pretty busy. Haven't had as much time to build it as I would like, but it's all going to work out. It's kind of fun to enjoy the process. And Mason did want me to tell you, you may notice he's not in the comments yet. That is because Mason is at baseball practice right now, so he sends his well wishes while he is on the field. He didn't tell me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. He pitched 3 innings the other day, and he had 4 strikeouts in 3 innings, so I thought that was pretty cool for 8. So right on, Mason. Proud dad right here. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger here because I got a lot of stuff to show you, and it's going to take the whole screen for sure. All right, so first, Disney was kind enough to send me this massive free package of May the 4th merchandise. I posted some of the pictures today on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and of course in the CWK Cafe, our Facebook group. But I want to show you more of a close-up of what we got. So the first thing we have, these are in no particular order. I've got a Grosgu Car Freshener. It's hard to describe what it smells like, but it smells good. It smells fresh. On the back it says, imagine Grogu's meditative presence as he reaches out with the Force. Notes of gardenia fill the air with touches of lavender and rosemary. That's what it smells like. Gardenia, I recognize that. Brian says, Mad Eye Mason has a good eye for pitching. Yes, he does. So Homesick was responsible for this. They're also responsible. I've been waiting to open this. This is a Star Wars. It is a candle from Homesick as well, from Tatooine. The box is really, really nice right here. You can probably see the back with the ingredients. Notes of juniper and desert shrub rise from cooling canyons amidst the endless dunes. Imagine basking in the binary sunset as Luke Skywalker speeds across dusty plains in his trusty land speeder. And on the top, the famous "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away," waiting for the light to adjust there. But I really need to get a separate camera set up. One day, kids. One day. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, wow, it does smell great. I can tell you that right now. Here's the candle itself. Just says Star Wars Tatooine and then the logo for Homesick. That smells amazing. It says natural soy wax blend, hand poured. Let's see. It doesn't really tell me what the flavor is supposed to be. I really should be better about this as a writer and all that, but I think it smells similar to kind of like gardenias, just very, very fresh. It's not how I picture Tatooine smelling, and if it does, that's where I'm moving, because that is pretty good stuff. I'm going to be lighting this after the show tonight. Yeah, it's a good candle. I mean, you will really enjoy it. If you like candles, this is the one for you. All right. Much, much more to come, friends. Marvel was kind enough to send me a code for Obi-Wan issue number 1. I'm able to access it on May the 4th, so I'll be downloading that for sure. We've also got the Dagobah Jedi Training. This is the 18-piece. It's 1,000. 18 plus is the age limits. It is 1,000 pieces. It's great. It's got Luke's X-wing sticking out of the swamp. So very, very sharp. But we'll be building this after I finish the land speeder. So lots of Lego homework. That's a good thing, by the way. That's a good thing. I'm noticing a little bit of blur on this. So I'm going to try to adjust this. Maybe I can get a little bit clearer for us. That's a little bit better. A little bit. All right. We've also got, I ended up getting 2 of these. I've got the 50th anniversary Obi-Wan Kenobi here. Sorry for the glare. Really, really sharp. This appears to me to be from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, it says he battles his friend Anakin Skywalker. So yeah, this is from Revenge of the Sith. Basically, when Disney sends you something like this, so you get a bunch of different packages from a bunch of different companies. It's really great. Of course, we got Mike Chen's book, Brotherhood, right here. A great book. Hopefully you heard my conversation with Mike a couple of weeks ago on Coffee with Kenobi. And finally, I've got a Bluetooth speaker of the child. Now, they sent me one last Christmas. This is from Biddy Boomers. They sent me one last Christmas, same thing, but it has Grogu with a Santa hat, so that was pretty great. So those are all from Disney. Thank you again, Disney, for sending me these free gifts. This was amazing. Love it. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. We have already. So there's the first round. Ben highly recommends the Lego set, and Ben posted in the CWK Cafe. That Lego set looked great. I'm going to take a quick time out before I show more of these goodies to remind you of something. So those hats right there, the Coffee with Kenobi hats with the logo, you've got 2 days, really you've got till midnight tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. The orders close on May the 4th, but I think we have to sell 4 or 5 more hats for this order to go. It's actually been a little bit slower than I expected, but that's okay. Times are busy and people have lots of things they're spending their money on. Totally understand that. But if you do want to order the Coffee with Kenobi hat with that logo, you have until tomorrow to make that happen. There are links on Instagram, Twitter. You can go to coffeewithkenobi.com at the very, very top right. You will see the link to click to purchase your hat. Again, you've got 1 hour and 4 days. I'm sorry, you've got one. Let's reverse that, kids. You've got 4 hours and 1 day. It closes tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. So if you want to buy one of these hats, you are running out of time. I will say also, when we did the hat order last time for the CWK Alliance hats, as soon as it closed, suddenly a lot of people wanted to buy them, but it was too late, and I felt really bad about that. So here, you've only got till tonight, and then tomorrow night it closes at 11:59 p.m. So be sure to purchase this if you're interested in doing so. Of course, you're not under obligation to do that, but I mean, I'm excited because I just want to wear it to celebration. I think it looks cool. Wear it with the shirt. It's going to be awesome. All right, now let's look at what Hasbro sent me. Hasbro sent me a massive box as well. Very, very kind. More free gifts from Hasbro. The week of Star Wars Day at the Zare household is pretty hopping, I got to say. So I've got all the what was the correct name? The Bounty Collection. Got all the Bounty Collection from Hasbro of Grogu. So we've got the first one, him sticking out of the jar. We got him with the Krinkas on his head. Right? Pretty cute. You have, let's see. You got him playing with Frog Lady's little child right there. This is when he was nice and not eating anything. Okay. You've got him playing with a butterfly, which is adorable. These are all super cute. None of these have plastic in them either, which is pretty cool. Then you've got him walking on, it appears to be snow. He's got footprints of, he's got snow on his feet right there. And then the last one, the macaroons. I believe these are the macaroons, right? Yep. He is munching away on these babies. Silver thing is hilarious that when he did that in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, suddenly that kind of cookie was very, very popular and hard to find. All right. Also have Star Wars Lightsaber Forge. This is the Mace Windu that you can add to your Star Wars Lightsaber Forge, because you can, of course, build and mix and match these things. On the back, it shows you all the different kinds of options that you have. And then they were also kind enough to send me Luke's lightsaber as well. So, yeah. Pretty cool. I'm going to have pictures of all these things online here fairly soon, but I wanted to show you this as well. Minta says she has that Bitty Boomer. Great sound. That sound is really strong, isn't it? For a small speaker, it's very powerful. Also, I'm pretty excited about this one. You know, I don't get a ton of Black Series, but this one I'm going to be holding on to. This is Ahsoka Tano from The Mandalorian, the Rosario Dawson version of Ahsoka Tano. A really great likeness. I'll try to get that a little bit closer for you. But it really looks like Rosario Dawson. It's really nice. So, pretty cool. It's got the dual lightsaber. Speaking of, you may have seen it on May the 4th on Shop Disney. They're going to have the Ahsoka Tano Legacy lightsabers from The Mandalorian. I don't have that yet, so I can tell you what I'll be doing on May the 4th, that's for sure. Also, as promised, another Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what? Since I've got two, let's do a giveaway. Let's do an Obi-Wan Kenobi giveaway for the Black Series. So this one right here that I'm holding, I will, after Facebook Live, I want you to put why you love Obi-Wan Kenobi in the CWK Cafe, and I will randomly select a winner who will receive this, and maybe I'll throw in a bonus prize in here as well. So after Facebook Live, go into the CWK Cafe and explain or share with us why you love Obi-Wan Kenobi. A random winner will win this action figure right here. I'm going to put this up here. There you go. That is going to be in your happy little hands if you are randomly selected. Minta says, do I pay my mortgage or splurge on Star Wars swag? You know what? Mortgage. But I understand the temptation for sure. There's a lot of cool Star Wars stuff, but I don't think that's ever going to slow down. I got some more action figures to show you. Pardon me while I grab them from the floor here. Okay, I'm going to do these in order of, when I found them. So first we've got Bo-Katan Kryze. This is the vintage collection 3 3/4 inch figures. She's got a removable helmet, which is great. So there's that. Then we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones. To me, it looks like a new sculpt. I could be wrong, but it sure looks like a new sculpt to me. And finally, this is one I'm the most excited about. Not sharing this one. This is the Retro Collection Boba Fett, right? I love it so much. From Morak. It's a great looking retro figure. This is the kind of thing where you got to buy two of them and open them up. I mean, this thing, I love the retro line. It's pretty much the only action figures I collect anymore. But it's great. Love it, love it, love it. It's got it just looks like the classic Kenner card from the good old days. Blake says, I need that Boba Fett. Yes. Someday, Blake, one might be yours. Not this one, but someday one will be out there with your name on it, my friend. All right, then I've got 3 of the Mission Fleet. First, we've got the Delta 7 Jedi Starfighter with Ahsoka Tano. Really great. Mason laid claim to this one right away. That is a perk of being Mason Z, right? And then you've got Star Wars Mission Fleet. You've got Moff Gideon and the Outland TIE Fighter. Comes with Moff Gideon there. And then this one is particularly fascinating to me. This is Luke Skywalker and Grogu in the X-Wing. Of course, there isn't a scene like this in the or in the Book of Boba Fett, but I really like this. I like the idea of this. There's the back of it. Pretty cool. So that's it. That is it. That's a pretty good haul, right? So thank you again to Disney and Hasbro and all the other companies, Mattel and Del Rey and Biddy Boomers and Home. Let's see, what is it called? I want to get this right. And Marvel Comics, Homesick for the candles and the amazing scents here. Gosh, I think I've got a Lego. Everybody, it's been my cup runneth over. Thank you so much to all the companies involved who were able to provide these free gifts for me. Really happy. Again, as soon as Coffee with Kenobi is done, I'm going to post a place on Facebook where you can put your name down and tell us what you love about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a random winner will get and receive one of these Obi-Wan Kenobi Black Series figures. Hard to get a child seat in an X-Wing. Well, apparently, but I don't know. Luke is pretty strong on the Force, Josh, so it's hard to say. All right, I think that's pretty good. Jessica's here. Hello, Jessica. Jessica says, I think the Ahsoka Black Series is my favorite. It's a great looking sculpt. It really, really is. I'm going to change gears a little bit. I've adjusted this logo several times because on Thursday, May 26th at 7 o'clock p.m. at the Hilton Anaheim Mix Lounge, we have a Coffee with Kenobi celebration podcast meetup, but it's not just for Coffee with Kenobi. It's not just for people who run podcasts. It is for anybody who listens to podcasts. So whether you have a Star Wars podcast or like listening to Star Wars podcasts, you are welcome and encouraged to come. We want to meet as many people as possible. So please spread the word. There seemed to be a bit of a misunderstanding that's only for podcasters themselves. That is not true. It's for anybody who loves podcasts. You can go to the Hilton Anaheim Mix Lounge and meet all of your favorite podcasters. I mean, that's pretty exciting. Well, I shouldn't say all of them, but quite a few of them are going to be there. We're going to be there. Let's see, WDW Radio, Lou Mangello is going to be there. There's going to be Jedi News is going to be there, Fantha Tracks. A ton of great podcasts and podcasters are going to be there, so be sure to join us. While you're joining, of course, Greg's going to be there from Rebel Base Card, naturally, as well. Star Wars Splash page with Matt and Jeff. It's going to be awesome. On June 18th, if you're in the central Illinois area, at the Peoria Riverfront Museum, I will have a book talk and an author Q&A followed by a book signing. And then, it's not on this, but after that, you are able to see on the big screen Star Wars A New Hope with me. It's going to be amazing, right? So be sure, if you're in the area, I would love to see you on Saturday, June 18th for the book talk, signing, author Q&A, and then we'll follow up the night by watching Star Wars A New Hope. Maybe we'll do some spontaneous podcasting there as well. As for the I Am Your Father, Lessons for Parents, Protectors, and Mentors, my third book, comes out on May 27th. It's going to be great to get my hands on that amazing little book I'm really, really proud of. So that was a mistake. Whoops. Peoria is only a short 3.5 hour drive from Indy. That's right, Brian. That's true. Ross has made that drive a couple of times. Brian says he can't wait to read it. Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry, Ben. Ben said, thank you, Ben. It's going to be fun. I mean, I was very honored to write again my second book with Amy Rakow, my co-author on this. We wrote the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia, new editions together as well. But let's go ahead. What you came here for. Top 5 moments from the Star Wars Rebels episode Empire Day. That is a little scene of Kanan jumping into the air. A very exciting sequence from a really great episode. So let's go ahead and take a look at your top 5 moments from Star Wars Rebels Empire Day. It's really great and rewarding to me that so many of you are watching Star Wars Rebels for the first time with us as we talk about this incredible series, Star Wars Rebels, going through the episodes. It's been fun to revisit them. Some episodes I remember better than others, so this has been really fun for me. I hope you're having a good time as well. It sure seems like it based on the feedback. It makes me very happy. What a great community we have. Let's go ahead and jump into number 5. I actually didn't get images tonight. Ran out of time, but we've got your top fives here. For me, it's the Chopper Flex. He's done this a lot in the season, or in the series too, but he's really proud of himself. He makes a little flex, makes his little humming noise, and it's great. It's hysterical. It's funny. Always lightens the tension, so we like that. That's my number 5. Not particularly profound, but fun. Ross's 5. Sibo the Rodian bumbling about and just spurting out technical info about the Empire. Informative and entertaining. Interesting choice. Minda's number 5, Loth Cat versus Ezra Bridger. He's trying so hard to make a connection, but not everyone is a cat person. That is very well said, Minda. I like that. Brian's 5, Chopper flexes his muscles when he takes out the TIE Fighter. Boom. Brian and I are tied for number 5. Mary's number 5. Zeb says to Callus, remember me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Blake's number 5 is diving more into Ezra's past. I like that as well, Blake. Pretty cool. Greg's number 5, appearance of the Grand Inquisitor. Great looking back to see him in this first season rewatch. And the menace of him is great because, of course, when we first lived this series, we didn't know what was going to happen with him, but he was very fearsome and intimidating. So it was very nerve-wracking. Jason's number 5. Clone Wars throwbacks to Clone Trooper helmet behind the bar, and D. Bradley Baker as the voice of Ezra's father. That's right. Good catch. Henrik's number 5. Henrik, welcome back, buddy. Henrik's number 5 is the humor all throughout the episode. There is a lot of it, too. Number 5 for Ben. It's Ezra's quiet moment hearing his parents' voices. Sometimes we just need to get away from it all. Plus, it's nice to see how his parents' legacy lives on in Ezra. Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. Minta's 5, starting to learn more about Ezra's past, opening the doors to whatever happened to them. Yeah, good call. You'll notice, by the way, I know Mason's not here tonight, but I do have the water in advance. So, Mason, you don't have to leave baseball practice to get me water. We're good to go there. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into number 4. Number 4 for me. Oh, sorry, Jamie's number 5. Did you see it? So beautiful, all the colors. If I didn't know any better, I think Kano was stuck in the 60s. I'm going to talk about that right now, Jamie. That was a perfect transition, my friend. Thank you for that. Kanan as a surfer, dude. I can just picture Freddie Prinze Jr. having a ball with this particular sequence. It was hilarious. The animation's really fun, too, because I feel like it kind of captures the spirit of Freddie. Now, I haven't talked to Freddie in a while, but when Rebels was out, he was on the show like 4 or 5 times. We had the best time talking to that guy. So seeing that sequence that Jamie just talked about for his number 5 really makes me happy. Ross's 4. The angry Loth Cat. Ha ha ha. During the Jedi lesson from Kanan to Ezra, you have to let go. It's pretty cool, right? Kind of like there's a little bit of innocence there, but a little bit of fearsomeness, and that's kind of encapsulates Ezra to a T, I think. Number 4 for Minta. Zebo, there was some comedic timing with him bumbling about TIE fighters, but it was disheartening to learn how he became a slave to the Empire. Very sad. Very sad. No one wins in that sort of situation. Greg's 4, Hera, I almost feel bad about blowing it up, which of course she doesn't, but there's some nice sarcasm there, which we like. Mary's number 4 that we've heard a couple times already is Ezra and the Loth Cat. I can't believe I forgot that. That's definitely on Mason's list too. Brian's 4. Kanan's forced sleep in the transport, and he hovers midair, then gets picked up by the ghost. It is so smooth and a total Jedi move. Yes, love it. Jason's number 4, the in-universe use of the Imperial March, which I think is terrific. And Henrik's number 4 is Empire Day being Ezra's birthday. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, Henrik. That's important, I would say. Ben's number 4, Sabine. I have no plans on stopping. She is always having so much fun being a rebel. She really is just unabashedly enjoying exploding things, making them blow up real nice. Blake's 4, how the Empire Parade gave off strong World War II vibes from Germany. Really gave the evil vibes. Yes, it did. Ross says the moisture evaporator at the Zare homestead is online. It's true. It's true. Cheers to that, my friend. Cheers to that. All right, I think I got everybody for number 4. Actually, Jamie, if you have a 4, feel free. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick and mute my mic so you don't have to hear me drinking. All right, Liberty's number 4. Gal Travis breaking into the Empire's news feed. That guy is intriguing. Yes, Liberty, he is. Yes, he is. Gal Travis is a very interesting character that we're going to presumably see a little bit more about. Time will tell, won't it? All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into number 3. Number 3 for me. There's 4 for Jamie. It is the law. I love the sarcasm. Yes, absolutely. Number 3 for me has been mentioned before. I think Brian mentioned it. Kanan's Leap. Look, I love that action sequence. Whenever we get to see little snippets of how legitimately powerful Kanan Jarrus is, I love it. He's one of my favorite characters. Pretty fun. Okay. Number 3 for Greg. Realization of Ezra's parents being gone for 8 years. Ezra's been on his own for a while. Yes. He has. It's very kind of sad. Not the kind of sad, it is sad, but it's just very well done. Very well executed. Number 3 for me, to the Inquisitor flying a TIE fighter. Who knew he had those type of skills? Of course, you know, Minta, you know how those Sith wielders are, those Force dark side users are. Ross is number 3. Ezra and Kanan's excited Imperial locale improv session to fool the Stormtrooper. Very good. Easy for me to say, huh? Number 3 for Jason. The Ghost Crew disrupting Empire Day, especially by blowing stuff up. And Henrik's number 3. Sabine saying now to Zips we can finally throw the explosive, which he certainly does. That was very kind of tense how long they made him wait, too. Number 3 for Mary, the team realizing that Empire Day is Ezra's birthday, and Ezra remembering his parents. Sabine cleaning up the disc, so Ezra now has a picture of his family. It was really, really lovely. Nice way to end the episode. Blake's through the Inquisitor in his ship. His costume design is superb. Most definitely. Brian's 3. The Ghost flying through the clouds, being chased by the TIEs, and almost the exact same movement as the Falcon in Empire Strikes Back in the asteroid field, which I'm sure is not an accident. Number 3 for Ben Kanan with a mocking celebration of the fireworks and saying Empire Day with a southern accent. Where in the galaxy do they speak with a southern accent? That is a good question. That is a very good question. Apparently on Lothal they do, right? Jamie's number 3. Chopper celebration and his combat success. I'm waiting now weekly for the antics, which you know they will certainly come. Liberty's number 3. The forced celebration of Empire Day. You can tell the locals are not standing behind the Empire. No, they aren't. No, they are not. All right, let's go ahead and jump into number 2. We're getting close. Number 2 for me. Empire Day significance. It's been mentioned before, but I really think that it's important that we acknowledge how much this adds to the mythos. It adds to a timeline with Revenge of the Sith and how close we are to A New Hope. And having Ezra being born the day that the Empire is created is very metaphorical. Certainly something we can talk a lot about on a future show or a blog or something like that. But I really think it's important. It's powerful. And it just really sort of irrevocably ties and unites Ezra Bridger to the Empire, much to his immense chagrin, and rightfully so. Let's see. Liberty's number 3. I don't remember if I mentioned his Liberty, but I'm going to mention it again. The number 3 for Liberty was the forced celebration of Empire Day. You can tell the locals are not standing behind the Empire. Number 2 for Ross. The dual cliffhanger ending. How will the Ghost Crew get away and what happened to Ezra's parents? It's a massive cliffhanger. In fact, we kind of snuck and watched the next one too because we couldn't wait. Just saying. Number 2 for Greg, to see the abilities of Sivo's headpiece, which was the same as Lobot. Yes, that's right. And we'll see that later in the series. Minta's number 2, Ezra hearing his parents' voices from one perspective made a slight connection once he let his guard down. It's true. It's very true. Jason's number 2, Chopper flexing his arms after blasting the Imperial troop transport. And Henrik's number 2, the Ghost Crew blowing up the TIE fighter. Love that. You know, I love hearing everybody's feedback here. It's just cool to see what resonates with all of you. So thank you again for joining me every week and sharing these things. It's so much fun. That's what Star Wars is all about, right? The conversation. Blake's number 2, the assault on the parade and all the craziness that followed. And there's a lot of it. Some interesting fireworks, too. Mary's number 2, the visuals of Lothal were stunning. Sabine's fireworks are amazing as well. Liberty's number 2, Rebel Scum. I just love hearing that. It is pretty fun. Number 2 for Ben, Jedi training. If you want to connect with others, you have to let your guard down. True for Padawans and humans everywhere. Definitely. Brian's number 2. The crew of the Ghost finds out that Empire Day is Ezra's birthday and why he is so withdrawn during the episode. Then the bombshell that Ezra's the same age as Luke and Leia. You know, I hadn't thought about that in a while. But of course, that's the thing. Of course it is. I think that makes sense. So, wow. Crazy, right? Jamie's number 2, Ezra's connection to his parents. to their voices and their continued impact on him 8 years later. Very powerful. Josh, this also ties into Luke and Leia, with all three having the same birthday. There you go. Like Brian had mentioned. Mary says, yes, I continued and watched the next episode as well. Too hard not to watch the next episode when it says to be continued at the end of an episode. You know, I was like, I like sort of delaying that kind of stuff, but even after this one, even though I knew it was going to happen, Mason was like, we got to watch this. We got to see what happens. And then he says, well, why don't we just watch the beginning of the episode? And then, of course, after about 5 seconds, we're like, no, let's just watch the whole thing. And we did. We did. All right, time for number one. Number one moment from Star Wars Rebels Empire Day for me. Force training intro. Look, the beginning. Whenever people who've been listening to the show, this shouldn't be a surprise that this is my number one. When I see Kanan and Ezra, when Kanan imparts wisdom, Ezra's more frustrated here than he's ever been because of the Empire Day. And he hasn't shared that with everyone just yet. But we start to see why he's got a wall built up and why this is such a hard day for him. And Kanan being able to circumnavigate the teen angst and the anger and the pushback and just be calm and cool and maintain his focus and his insistence of what Ezra needs to do. It's just great. I think he might be the best teacher in Star Wars, Kanan Jarrus. I mean, he might be. I'm just saying. I feel okay saying that. Ben's already finished season 1. I'm coming back to watch with everyone again. Ha! Love it. Ben, now, have you seen the whole series? I feel like you have, but I'm not sure. Josh, Mary says, Josh, I remember when we watched this during the original run, this made such a connection for this new show to the original. So I think that's why it's kind of stood the test of time, hasn't it, Mary? Ross's number one is very much his feel for Ezra and his emotional struggles with Empire Day, his birthday, and his thoughts on his parents. Definitely, Ross. And Ross, I still can't get over that. How great. I love that. Love your profile picture with your hat. It's pretty neat. Greg's number one, Kanan's leap. I agree. It's such a great move. Plus, using the lightsaber while escaping. Hard not to put Chopper on this list. And please don't tell Aaron Harris on me. I won't tell. I promise. He might hear it, but I won't tell him. Mita's number one, the real reason behind Empire Day for Ezra. Learning he was born on the day the Empire was born was surprising. It's even more intense. We left on a cliffhanger. Emotional damage. A lot of it, unfortunately. But Ezra's a good healer in many ways. Brian's number one, Kanan training Ezra to connect with living creatures. It's such a small beginning lesson that blossoms as he grows. We've seen them match quite a few this week. Yes, we did, Brian. I am honored to be on the same wavelength as you. Jason's number one, Kanan the Force. It's incredible Force jumping into the Ghost. And his quote, if you hang on to your past, if you always try to protect yourself, you'll never be a Jedi. Very powerful. Kanan even encourages attachments at the beginning of this, which I think is interesting to point out. Henrik's number one is just Empire Day in general. I can't fault you with that, Henrik. That's a great one. Mason liked that one too. Liberty's number one, Kanan teaching Ezra about connecting to others. Ezra has walled himself off and has a hard time being open enough to use the Force, teaching him he is not alone. Mary's number one, Kanan the Inquisitor. We see more of Kanan's strength in the Force continuing to grow more and more. Yes, definitely. Blake's number one, the Cantina. I'm a sucker for them in Star Wars. Also, the troopers roaming and looking for the roadie to me was heavily inspired by the scene in the Mos Eisley Cantina in A New Hope when they walked by Han and Chewie. Pretty cool. Yeah, I love your shirt and your profile picture too, Blake. That's great. Ben did see the whole series. That's what I thought. Ben's number one is the revelation. The Empire Day is Ezra's birthday. But I love this part more because of Sabine's response. She feels for him. And if I had to pinpoint a moment, I'd say this is where her friendship with Ezra truly begins. I agree with that. I think it's the last time he makes an uncomfortable flirting comment too, I think. I think it is. Number one, Josh accidentally rewatched the entire series. I think Rebels is one of the best Star Wars series of all time. I agree with that, Josh. I absolutely agree with that. Liberty says she agrees with me that Kanan may be the best Jedi teacher. He even used the phrase attached to others and made me go, I know, that was an eyebrow raiser, and I had to rewind that a couple times to really kind of soak that one in. All right, everybody, thank you for sharing your list. Next week is part 2 of this 2-parter, Top 5 Moments from Star Wars Rebels, Gathering Forces. Gathering Forces, so get your list ready for next week. It'll be fun. Watch it on Star Wars Day, on May the 4th. Why not? Let's go ahead and jump into Ask Dan Z. So how are you going to celebrate Star Wars Day, May the 4th? Are you going to be buying stuff? Are you going to listen to Coffee with Kenobi? Going to be watching any of the movies or Star Wars Rebels? What are you going to do? Yeah, accidentally is pretty good. Accidentally watch the whole thing again. It's clever, Josh. I'm going to do, I'll have school, of course. Many of us will be working on May the 4th. But I'll be wearing a Star Wars shirt to school, naturally. Mason has a game that night, so we've already joked that he's going to win for Star Wars Day. It's just going to be fun, right? Coffee with Kenobi normally comes out on Thursdays, but this week it's going to come out on Wednesday for May the 4th, and it's going to be the next in our series that we do right before Celebration. With a month to go, we go over Celebration. Me, Tom Gross, and Corey Clubb. Last week we talked about all the panels, the virtual, the hyperspace lane, lining up for the virtual queues and how that works, the different guests that are going to be there for autographs. And this week, for show 521, it'll be more of the same. I think we're going to be giving you some tips about Celebration as well. Also this week, top 5 Jedi Knights in CWK Pro. This is a hard one because I picked the top ones, not necessarily my favorites, but just to me the top ones and their significance and impact on the overall story. There's a lot of hair pulling for me because I had a hard time leaving some off, but it was fun. It was great fun. So does anybody have any questions for me about Celebration, anything like that? Blake says he recently bought Heir to the Empire trilogy. You're going to start that. Dude, have you ever read it before? It's insane. You're going to love it. Craig is here. Also uses Star Wars in the classroom. Hello, my friend. Craig is going to start his Heroes Journey unit on May the 4th. That seems perfect. Jason says, Henrik and I are going to watch Return of the Jedi. I'll be wearing a Star Wars shirt to work and listening to Star Wars music all day, which I pretty much do every day. Love it. Craig says he's curious about what Topps is going to do. Generally, they release a May the 4th set online. P.S. Love the Road to Celebration podcast series returning. Well, thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Jessica is going to wear her favorite Rebels t-shirt, and her Zoom background will be something Star Wars. I already told my team to get ready. That's great, Jessica. You're doing the work of the Force. Love it. Ben, says wants to know what I think about the new series they announced, Tales of the Jedi. They didn't really say much about it, did they? But we're going to find out a lot about it at Celebration. I love it. I know anything about it, but I'm thrilled. The Jedi are my favorite part of Star Wars, besides the Falcon lightsabers. So I think it's great. Josh is going to work Sea Scout meeting. Not sure what film to watch, but we'll end up by staying up to watch Strange New Worlds. It is a busy geek week. Yes, it is. Minta's going to be working on the May the 4th, but she'll be geeking out while working from home. Nice. This is the May. I'm going to credit you for that every time, Minta. Mary's definitely listening to CWK. We started watching the movies this weekend. Have to watch the finale of Moon Knight. Oh yeah, that's going to be on May the 4th. Brian says he's going to be making Star Wars food for breakfast and dinner on Wednesday. Fantastic. You guys will post some pictures, Brian, in the cafe so we can see him. Ben's wearing his Star Wars socks to work. You rebel. Not a rebel scum, but you rebel. Jason, with you being so busy during Celebration, will you be sending Tom and or Corey out on special assignments for CWK? We'll be doing some stuff. For sure. They're going to be busy doing some fun stuff. Probably stuff for pour over. Maybe not for Coffee with Kenobi necessarily, but we're still kind of working on that. We still got a lot of brainstorming sessions to do. It's a good point. Mary says, Blake, it's so good. Greg says, Dan, I'm curious how the mythology panel will be the same or different from Chicago. Either way, it's where I got to meet the whole CWK crew for the first time. I always think, whenever I think about that panel, I always think about meeting you, and what a blessing that was. So, Greg, honestly, you probably heard me talk about this before, but that mythology panel I made up on the fly because that's kind of, I'm more comfortable doing that. That's kind of, there's a teacher part of me that likes that. So I don't know. I was just going to see how I feel and what kind of, I get the sense people are wanting me to talk about, but it'll be similar but different. I won't explain it the same way either. I think I've got some more detail to share as well. So looking forward to that, Greg. Liberty's planning on watching Rogue One for Star Wars Day. Awesome. And so is Ross. Very, very cool. All right. Star Wars Day is here. It's the week of Star Wars, the month of Star Wars. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out. You've got Star Wars Celebration. You've got 4 episodes of Coffee with Kenobi. Plus, you've got the show every Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Really appreciate all of you. I hope if you're in this area that you're going to join me on June 18th for a book signing, book talk, and we'll get to watch A New Hope on the big screen on June 18th at the Peoria Riverfront Museum. Ben wants to know if anybody's going to watch the NFL playoffs. You know, I'm not a big NHL guy, Ben, but Dennis Keithley is, so I'm sure he probably is. If you are at Star Wars Celebration, don't forget May 26th, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Hilton Anaheim Mix Lounge. All podcasts and podcast listeners are welcome to join us. Don't forget, I just don't want anybody to miss out if they want to get one. But if you are interested in buying these hats, you've got until tomorrow night to place your order. We need to, I think, get 5 more ordered to make this happen. So if you're interested, be sure to act quickly. Again, go to coffeewithkenobi.com. You can see the link there. It's all over social media as well. Blake, thanks, man. Good night to you. Ross says, thanks for letting me hang out with you tonight, friends. Great job as always. Well, thank you, Ross. Talking really fast tonight, but got lots to say. Good stuff. Greg, great evening. May the 4th be with you. Liberty says, great minds think alike. There you go. Caps versus number 1 seed. There's Ross. He's a big Washington guy. Josh, we'll see you soon. Jason, have a great weekend. For sure, happy Star Wars Day. Brian says, great way to start the best week of the year. Thanks. Dan. Well, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all so much. We will see you next week. Be sure to join me on Wednesday for a bonus Coffee with Kenobi. We'll have the show out this Wednesday instead of Thursday to celebrate May the 4th together. Until then, have a good one. I'll see you next Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Bring your May the 4th stories next week. We will have a good time sharing and celebrating Star Wars Day. Thanks, everybody. Ben says, thanks for sharing the swag list. You are welcome. Don't forget, I'm going to post this as soon as I hang up, whatever, that you can win this Obi-Wan Kenobi Black Series. I post in the CWK Cafe under the thread I'm going to post what you love about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Until then, see you next time, my friends. This is the podcast you're looking for. Happy May the 4th.